Hey guys, thanks for listening to the Spiritual Grind. We hope you enjoy it, and don't forget to follow, hit the little bell for your notifications when the podcast is posted, and like, follow, and share with your friends. We hope you enjoy it. Leave a comment if there's any topics that you want us to speak about.
Like, follow, share.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jenny. Hello, everybody. Thank you for listening to the How Big Is Yours series on relationships. This is the continuation of this series, part 3, and it's about material things.
Your relationship to material things.
AKA
Part 3.
Part 3. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
What I think we should push into is, let's talk about material things.
Okay.
And it was a great little leeway into it with the talk about the yellow Jeep.
Yeah.
How many times have you thought to yourself, I'm going to buy a new car? I probably can't. They want to prove me. My credit's not good enough. I don't make enough money.
Yeah.
I can't go buy a house because I can't buy the house in that neighborhood because I can't afford it. I have to settle for this one.
Right. Yeah.
And that's all a relationship within yourself. You don't think you deserve it.
Right.
And so now your containment device is becoming too full of the negative materialistic stuff or the thoughts about materialistic stuff.
So clarify.
Clarification. I can't buy that house because I can't afford it.
Right. So your containment device is full of the perceived
Reality.
value of what you can and can't buy, or what? What are you trying to say?
When you perceive that you cannot afford this house prior to you even checking into it.
Yeah.
And so it makes you fall back into yourself on that materialistic item. Then you are believing and filling your containment device up with those negative beliefs, just like you do with your self-worth. And
you're saying that's a type of relationship with material things.
yes.
Got you. Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Did I lose you?
For just a half a second, I was hanging on by a thread. My door was open.
Oh, no.
About fell out of the car.
Good thing oh, no. Did I lose the audience too?
Maybe. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your hands inside the vehicle at all times. There will be sharp curves, sharp turns, whip-de-doos, and lolly-lops.
And the doors don't lock. If you're in a Jeep, you might not even have doors.
Ooh, good one. Might not even have a top.
May not. And so when you start thinking those kind of negative things, you're putting that negative energy into the universe and filling your containment device up with negative.
Yeah.
And
It's definitely a trap if you're not careful.
let's talk about the credit score.
Yeah. Let's do, because that's a fun game to play.
It is.
It's a fun story.
I'm going to give you a James tip of the day. Your credit score has nothing to do with how much money you make or how many times you make an on-time payment.
What?
Nothing to do with it. It does solidify your credit score, but it does not help it go up. You know what makes it go up?
What?
Debt to income.
Really? Well, what else helps go up is if you align with the frequency of having a higher score, and then you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, like yours did.
In my case.
That's where I was going with that. I was kind of baiting you there, and you didn't jump into that.
I was waiting.
Miss, she can sit on her chair in her patio and have a 30-point higher credit score than me and not do anything. Not do a thing. It's crazy, really.
I'm doing things. I'm just not working as hard as you.
You're not humanly doing things.
I work smarter, not harder.
I understand. It's what you believe. If you believe you can have a higher credit score and you believe you can own that house, and you empty your containment device on material things, and they quit thinking those negative thoughts, you'll bring more materialistic things into your reality. And you know how you do that?
How?
With abundance. That's that spiritual word.
Yeah. So there's going to be some people out there that are going to go on the bandwagon of you shouldn't be materialistic anyways if you're
That's correct.
spiritual.
I agree.
And that's not really how this is all designed.
That's all perception.
It is. Now, here's the key. If the thought of not having that materialistic thing in your bubble brings you to a place of fear or panic, then you might want to look at it. But having toys to play with, having things, nobody anywhere said that was wrong.
I agree. And it's about pain and pleasure. If those toys and those materialistic things give you pleasure, it is okay to have.
Finding your joy, your excitement in every given moment, because that is a frequency that aligns with the creation that we have already created when we ask for things, when we desire things. That is the vibrational frequency that matches you up to those things. So if you're finding your joy in that in every moment, then that's the goal.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Because
That's the relationship you want to hold.
yes, that's the relationship and the containment device that you need to judge your reality on.
Yeah, when you get to the place where you can do that on a regular basis, you won't necessarily, you'll get to a place where you get rid of the containment device
Yes.
because it will become obsolete.
Right. So let's talk about some of the higher up people.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Elon Musk.
You mean like the president?
Do we think
what?
Elon Musk has a containment device? The wealthiest man in the world.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's the wealthiest in the world, but I know he's up there.
Their poop stinks too.
Oh, yeah. But does he have a containment device
I feel like
when it comes to...
in some areas.
You think so?
When it comes to money, obviously his is quite large.
Yeah, his containment devices. I don't think he has one.
But I feel like that he probably has some containment devices in some area. Let me add him for about an hour. I'll find it.
Elon, you hear that challenge? Dr. Jenny is challenging you.
I will find it.
So when you align with that vibration and you realize it's pain and pleasure, and if the material things give you pleasure, there's nothing wrong with it.
Right. I don't think.
I agree with you.
But when it's time for that to go away,
You have to be...
it is beneficial to be just neutral about it, because if it's meant for you to have it again, it'll come back just the same way as it came in the first place. Don't be so attached to it that it creates an emotion that lowers your vibrational frequency.
Right.
And put you in the fear template or the loss or the separation or the anxiety. All those are heavy vibrations.
Yeah, there for a few years, I was trading my Harley in every 7 or 8 months.
Yeah.
And that's okay to do.
Yeah.
And so I want to clarify on something. When what he said earlier about the credit score, I'm not telling you not to pay your payments on time so that your toys go away. You want to pay your payments on time, but it doesn't. On-time payments only affect your credit score positively after, I think that said 42 months.
I have no idea.
I don't even remember. But
I don't play the game.
and when Dr. Jenny just referred to when it's time for that toy to go away or whatever that is, because we're not just talking about toys. We're talking about a house, a car,
A relationship.
a relationship. We're talking about a Harley. We're talking about, whatever it is that you want, that nice guitar that you want to buy, whatever it is. It's okay to buy those things and raise your vibration with it.
Yeah.
Just because you're spiritual don't mean you have to.
Even if you only play with it for 1-2 days,
Right.
and then the mood of joy leaves,
Yeah.
it's okay. It's not a big
Yeah.
deal. Even if you spent thousands of dollars on it and then in a few days, it's not so much.
Yeah.
Then get rid of it, sell it, move it, let it sit there, and move on to the next thing that's pleasant, joyful.
I think the biggest part of the containment device for material things is to realize that you don't have to be Chris Farley
I don't know who
and
that
live
is.
in a van down by the river.
Down
I
by the
don't know if you've seen
river.
that skit, but I'll have to show it to you. Just because we're spiritual modern day spiritualism is much different than it was 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And
absolutely.
I mean, modern spiritualism back then was men didn't work.
Minimal.
They're minimalists. Yeah.
Minimalist.
That's a good way to put it. And you don't have to do that nowadays. It's coming into the forefront. Everybody is starting to accept it into the modern day spiritualism.
Yeah.
Because it's normal. It's normal to have things.
Yeah, you're going to have those people out there that say, yeah, but what about the planet? And what about the carbon footprint and all of that? And that is a rabbit hole. So let me give you a snippet of how it works. There is a multiverse and there are many Earths. And on this particular Earth, the footprint is perhaps of clean, new, small. But on the other Earth, it may be that it's a hot mess because each one of us is at a different level of learning and experiencing the contrast. So there is an Earth that fits where each person is in their journey or their mission, so to speak. And as you increase your vibration or decrease, you actually are moving from each of those different Earths.
Yes.
Different frames of parallel realities. You're moving in between those in every second.
I think on this dimensional plane, if we all raise our vibration through the collective consciousness and we get our vibration level up, you can't hurt this Earth.
You can't hurt this Earth anyways, because by design, it is designed the way that it is so that we can have the experiences that we are having. And so then what happens is as you learn and grow and evolve from the experiences that you're having on this particular Earth, you raise your frequency, you raise your vibration, then you become aligned with a different kind of Earth that gives you a whole nother set of ways to explore different scenarios, different journeys, and evolve again.
Yes.
And it just keeps going. It's kind of like being in school.
This is
First
a
you start, I'm telling you, it can. You start out in pre-K, then you go all the way to 12th grade, then college. It's like that. And so it's not that you're changing the Earth, you're changing yourself so that you go to a parallel reality that has a different Earth. So you literally are a different person every second of the day.
I'm a first grader.
Now, well,
I'm just a first grader in this dimension, but that's okay. I'm learning, and I'm here to.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, that's all we can do is continue to learn and grow and be better at it. And so back on to the containment device with the abundance. It's okay to be abundant, and I think that's really the only thing you have to do is dump out that cup of I can't have. Yeah. I can't, I don't deserve. I can't, I don't. Those kind of words need to be removed. Or I shouldn't do. Yeah, that's a good one. I shouldn't go buy that.
I shouldn't buy this because I should spend the money on something else. Or we paid this much thousands of dollars for this and we've not played with it, so let's sell it.
Yeah.
That even happened as kids. You had to go do a spring.
Toys, I'm gonna throw them away.
That's right. Yeah. If you don't go play with those, or some of us, okay, it's spring cleaning. We're going to go through the toy box and donate the things you don't play with anymore because
some other little kid needs them.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, so we were taught that if you don't play with this thing every single day for the rest of your life, then you shouldn't have it.
Right.
And I'm here to squash that. That is not the way it works.
I remember one time my brother left one of his toys out, and my dad, he stepped on it, and he got so angry.
Oh.
He got so angry. It was so funny. And he yelled at my brother, "You need to pick your toys up."
It's called the Lego reaction.
And my brother was on the floor playing with them. And my dad said, "You need to pick your toys up. We ain't playing with them." I remember my brother was on the floor playing with them. He looks up, he's like, "I'm just playing with them, Dad." And it was so funny. It was like that innocence lost for a moment. But I don't know why that story came in. I just remembered that.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that you deserve to have every and anything that you want.
Or desire.
Or desire.
In life.
It is.
Because you're here for experiences, and sometimes those toys are experiences.
That's right. If they bring you joy and get your vibration and your frequency raised for that moment, then let it be that.
Let it be that.
Let it be that. There doesn't have to be any criticizing. There doesn't have to be your parental voice coming in your head saying, okay, you've only played with that once this summer. Let's sell it and get rid of it. But if you only play with it once a summer and it brings you fun and joy.
You still played with it once that summer.
Then guess what? It's not your toy box anymore and you're not at home. You don't have to throw the toys out or donate them off anymore. You can keep it.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, it's not a big deal.
So when you play with that toy one time in the summer, it is okay because it still gave you pleasure that one time in the summer.
Right.
And so when we think about our containment device for materialistic things or possessions, it is okay to have them, just not okay to develop a negative attachment to it.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll give you an example because we went through this and this popped up for us. We have jet skis and it's been a minute since we've been on them, but when we do get on them, we enjoy it immensely. I mean,
Agreed.
We get out there on the ocean, we bebop around, play, do tricks.
Play with the dolphins.
We enjoy it. It's just that we've found other things that bring us joy as well.
Yes.
So we go in this direction for a minute with this toy and this one for a minute and this toy. And I don't really remember why it came up. And I don't remember if it came up for you or for me, but at some point it was like, we probably just need to sell them. We don't play with them anymore. We're not using them. We just need to sell them, get rid of them. And I think it was you that said that actually, because I was like, no, they're mine. We bought them because I wanted them.
Yeah.
I wanted them. And I was like, no, those are my toys. You're not, you can get rid of yours, but you're not getting rid of mine.
You're not taking my toys.
And we kind of dug around in it. And that's what came up is that we had been taught as children, well, if you're not going to play with it, then we're going to declutter. We're going to get rid of the junk stuff. You don't play with it every single day. Like, I don't know what the expectation was when we were taught that. I don't know if we were supposed to play with things every single day, but that's what came up for us is that we had this little pea-sized thing that came up about it of, okay, well, we're not playing with it, so let's just get rid of it.
I did the same thing with the Harley.
Yeah, exactly.
And I even, it's really, really funny because when you're not in the proper journey on getting rid of something.
It don't happen very easy, man.
I took my Harley over to Harley and the amount of money they offered me for it was like laughable.
It was.
Because they have so many bikes because nobody's buying motorcycles right now.
Yeah.
And so they're like, they made me a stupid offer.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, nope, have a good day.
Yeah. And so when that happens, just to walk you through what happens with us. So he went up, he went to see what they would give for the Harley, came home, told me about it. So then we immediately sit down and we're like, okay, what does that mean? Why is it happening? What popped up? And we dig around in it.
Yeah. And the reality is I haven't had really a lot of time to ride. And
no, the reality, that's a cop out. And whether we're on the radio or not, it's not that we haven't had time. It's that we haven't made time to ride that because we've been playing other toys.
Yeah, you're right.
We've been playing with our bowling balls. We've found a lot of enjoyment going to the movies. We found a new place to go to the movies. That's been our joy for right now. We've been doing other things.
We're going to go see the
bringing us joy, and that's just kind of how we roll. We're all over the place.
I agree.
We may be doing this and that, and I mean, you just never know what we're doing.
Yeah, I guess cop out's kind of a heavy word, but
anytime somebody says I don't have time for something, I call them.
So you always have time if it's important, but going through that, understanding that those journeys and that your containment device and get rid of the negativity and being okay with having things. It's okay. It's totally okay. That's what we're here for. We're here for adventure. We're here for fun. We're here for experiences.
Right.
And it's kind of hard to do that when you just pick up a rock off the river all the time.
No. Rocks are friends. They're fun too.
Sometimes rocks on the river, skipping across the water is fun.
Yeah.
But it's okay to have other devices. It's okay to have other toys.
Yeah. One of the things for me that I came to the realization of, I really practice trying to find my joy. That doesn't mean that you have to be doing some big, huge jump for joy, ecstatic thing all the time either.
Agreed.
One of my joys is taking a nap.
Watching Disney movies.
One of my joys is getting on what I call my perch, which is to set up in my bed and my little pillows behind me and watch a good series or movie or whatever. Those are all enjoyable things as well. Sometimes it's just sitting, vegging out, not doing anything else.
You left something out.
What?
You forgot your Haagen-Dazs. When she's on the perch, she has Haagen-Dazs.
Yes. It is quite yummy.
Yes. That's kind of the summation, I guess, of the materialistic stuff, because it's just that simple. It's okay to have things. It's okay to have those experiences. It's okay for them to sit in your garage and collect dust. And it's okay for them to get run every single day or picked up or whatever that is.
Right.
It's okay to have the house on the corner. It's okay to allow
yourself to have it.
It is. It's okay. It's all okay. And you just have to believe that. And the really cool part about it is when your energy behind it becomes what it is, everybody says, I can't afford it. We always live to our means. And so if you might not be able to afford it at this moment, but Spirit's going to give you the abundance that you need.
Yeah. Your needs are always met.
Right. And I'm not saying to run out today and buy everything in the world that you can buy. I'm saying to make sure you align properly and get your beliefs in line before you do that. But it is okay to go buy things. It's okay to have things. We do not have to be minimalist anymore.
No.
Matter of fact, I think for us, we need to set an example of what it can be like. And if you truly live in that spiritual flow and that spiritually guided spot and check in with your own self and be simple-minded with it, if we can set the example, all we're going to do is grow the consciousness.
Yeah.
To where everybody's going to 100% be on board with us growing and getting better at this.
Yeah. And again, your feeling, the way you feel is your guide.
That's right.
If you try to go and buy something and it's feeling yucky, stop and ask yourself why. Because there's some sort of habitual pattern, some sort of belief in there that you have created that is trying to come up.
I agree.
When you don't feel good, you're not in alignment with your higher self. Your higher self is always holding the vibrational frequency of every single thing that you want, desire. It holds that space.
Right. And if you go to buy a new car, I said go. If you go to if you go to buy a new car and on the way up there, you're thinking, oh, they're not going to give it to me. My credit's too bad. Then you're going to fulfill that prophecy. Stop.
Yeah.
And clear that energy out of the way. Be open-minded.
Yeah.
And let it happen as it's supposed to.
Right.
Don't humanly push it. Don't humanly get involved with it. Let the Spirit do it. Now, pick out the one you want.
Yeah. And it can be hard. It can be a challenge, especially we are an instant gratification society.
Yes.
We want it now.
I know.
And we want more now.
Yeah.
So we get to a place where sometimes we are not patient.
Yes.
And I don't even like the word patient. Don't even like to be patient.
Yeah. It's not really, I think we should change it to at peace instead of patient.
Yeah.
Be at peace with it where you are.
Be at peace.
Yeah. And so now we have went through the bucket for relationships,